Good morning! We are off to see the sisters, and internet gets incredibly slow if anything political is happening outside. Hence the video not being posted until this morning. So we have two kinds of rice. We got this kind of rice, and we got that kind of rice.
Yeah.
Do they have different names?
They have Egyptian different one. The cooking also very different. This is the best rice, nice rice.
This is the nice one?
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the other
That one also nice one. This what you open. This one is not good. This is the nice one.
This is the nice one?
Clean one,
Okay.
more clean.
More clean.
This is just very, to make a soup or something, it is very fast to overcook all of this.
Okay, so it's like quick rice.
Yeah.
Cool. So we have 105 bottles of oil and 105 boxes of tea, 52 bags of lentils. What's this? 15, 12, 11, and 13 bags of pasta. 21, 27, 17, 25, and 30 bags of rice. These two or no?
That is sugar, yeah.
That's sugar, and then sugar. Wow! 70 bags of sugar. Oh, by the way, all the food that was down there, it's for families that are in need. Once a month, apparently on Tuesdays, they go down to the Fagella, which is the church that I've been going to on Sunday mornings that sent me here, and they bring it all down there and give it out to families that come to a prayer meeting and then ask for food. So that's why we were putting it all in bags and counting it, so that we knew what it was. Also, the people here, like, all of those things that we're giving out and everything that we eat here are donations that are given, and they keep track of every last donation. I mean, like, I saw the books, and there was like a kid that brought an egg once. They wrote it down. And so then they also will write down everything that goes out. But it's amazing, like, how grateful they are for each and every little thing. They write it down so that they know who's given and all that kind of stuff. So, counting blessings in detail. So you're making popcorn?
Yes.
Ah, that sound I recognize. This is black honey.
Like honey?
And it's from the sugar cane, not from not from bees.
And then the bee, we call it honey because it's so and full of iron. It's very good.
Oh, full of iron and sweet. Cool. Okay, so it tastes like molasses but sweeter, and they use it apparently if you have a sore throat in the morning, and it's also really tasty with bananas. But they don't usually do that. That's just a me thing. I love that they specify that it's edible salt. Okay, so the sisters again ran out of things for me to do, so I came back here, but I'm going back there in just a few hours because there's a wedding, and they said I could come, and so I'm gonna go see a wedding. But one of those jars of oil were deceptively unshut, and so I have oil on my shirt, and I need to change before I go to a wedding and do laundry, because I have oil on my clothes. Yep.
تقبل الابنة المباركة شيماء زوجة لك؟
نعم.
أيتها الابنة المباركة شيماء، هل تقبلين الابن المبارك هاني زوجا لك؟
نعم أقبل مدى الحياة.
باسم ربنا وإلهنا وخلصنا يسوع المسيح وشرع شريعة الكمال وواضع الناموس الأفضل، نعلن زواج الابن المبارك هاني على الابن المبارك جهاد، مبارك الله الآب القدير.
Okay, wow, so much to say. Weddings, those were amazing. Whole bunch of random facts about weddings. One, they always start late. And they're back to back like they are in Korea. So starting late means ending late, which makes the next wedding start late. So in Upper Egypt, which is down south, they actually fine you for every half hour you're late. Anyway, black is acceptable to wear at a wedding. Everybody dresses to the nines. Like, everybody's in prom dress, evening gown looking things. It's a lot of glitter all in one place. Hold on, okay, that was the girl from downstairs just making sure that I made it back alive. Yeah, so the wedding, so many shiny things, and then really, really long, like, because it's Coptic Catholic, so like all the prayers are like really, really long, and they talk forever. But the bride's maid of honor was the sister of the bride. She's already been married once, and well, still is married, only once. Anyhow, but she's been through the whole wedding thing before, and she was amazing. She waited outside for the car to come up. She made sure everything was all set. She did the whole procession thing. She stood through the whole, it's an hour and a half long service, right? And everybody else is sitting down and standing up and sitting down and standing up. And she had to stand the whole time. There was no seat available for her. The bride and groom could sit down, but she didn't sit. And then afterwards she comes out right after they do pictures. And they do pictures, and she's making sure all the kids are in the right place and all that jazz. And then they go out and they do the reception line, and she makes sure everybody's set up in the reception line, and then she stands in the reception line. And I looked at her feet. She's in like 7-inch heels. I have no idea how that woman did that, but it was amazing. And I told her as much when I went to the reception line. But yeah, I totally want her to be my maid of honor, or someone very much like her. The wedding was amazing. After the wedding, sisters needed to pick up another sister from the second house that's in Cairo and bring her back to the first house. The second house is in polar opposite of where the wedding was, because the wedding was very high class. Both the parents of the bride were doctors, and so I mean it was a very high class wedding. And then where the sister lives is in where they sort out the recycling, and it's like the lowest class part of all of Egypt. And it's even more so when you just came from that wedding. But it was very interesting. They told me a whole bunch about it as we were going. It was a lot worse when the sisters first went there 25 years ago. Actually, Mother Teresa came exactly 25 years ago, and then the sisters started that house as well. They were at the first house, and they saw the trash guys coming and going, and they asked where the trash went, and then they just went with them one day, and they saw that area and decided they had to build a house for the people there, because the people were using the recycling to make little tents and huts and stuff, and that's what they were living in. And now there's buildings. They can't get building permits, so they build them in 2 days. So the foundation is very, very shallow, and they're very poorly made buildings, but they're like 4 stories tall. And then when the cops come after the weekend, they can just pay them off, and the cops are like, well, we didn't see them build it, so it's okay. And the house there houses elderly women, and then also is like a daycare for the children, so that the children don't have to play in the recycling while their parents sort it. But yeah, it's not a good place. The homeless people there actually live in the graves. There's a big graveyard, and the graves here are above ground, and they're family plots. So if their family has a grave, they go and live in it because it has a roof. Which is kind of sad, but that's what's happening, and that's what I've seen today. So I'm gonna think for a bit and then tell you who God is. Okay, so this is what I've observed. In everything that I've done today, going to the sisters, going to the wedding, going to the second house, there's this idea of hope for a joyful future. With the wedding, and they describe the house, the people there and the sisters describe the house as a ray of hope. Because when you walk through the doors into the compound of that house, like they have a gate like we have on ours, and when you go through that gate, there's no trash. And it's, you know, it's got the Mother Teresa yellow walls, and it's got this little canopy with grapevine growing on it, and it's like a whole nother world in that place. And so when they bring the children there, it's like hope for the family and for the people there. And you know, the children are so happy in that hope, and the families at the wedding were so happy in the hope of the joy that was coming for the couple. And so I guess today God is hopeful in a joyful sense. He's He's the securer of our hope that joy is coming. Yes.